Yo! What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 20 Ultimate Team video. So all week, EA has been telling us that there's a special stream coming. It's tomorrow, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and they keep saying it's a lot of content to go over, tons of content. So the Combine is right around the corner, but the reason that I believe it's going to be team MVPs and theme builders is, again, because they keep expressing how much content it's going to be. So if you're new to MUT this year, you're unfamiliar with what's going on. Last year, right around the middle of February, they gave us team builders and MVPs, or I think it was theme builders and MVPs. My apologies. And the theme builders were just a bunch of theme team, helping cards. There was like 5 to 6 cards for each team. They were, like 86 to 90 something. And then every team got an offense and a defense MVP. Now, these cards came out in waves, and we didn't get them all at once, so I don't know what the release schedule for these cards that we're going to see tomorrow could be starting on Friday. But eventually, we got an MVP on offense and defense for every NFL team. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and predict offense and defense, all 32 NFL teams. Couple quick disclaimers. I don't watch your favorite NFL team as much as you do, so I may mispronounce a name or two. That's just my forte. Welcome to my channel. Also, if there's guys that maybe were injured or just guys that you think no way they should get an upgrade over another guy, just let me know your favorite team down below in the comments section. What cards you think should get MVPs for them. I'm going to predict that these are all going to be 97 overalls. Hopefully that comes true. And also, with these predictions, a lot of times I just like to look at like the sexy names, right? The skill players, the wide receivers, cornerbacks, running backs, quarterbacks, tight ends, safeties. So we might leave out some guys in the trenches, offensive and defensive linemen. My apologies for that. But let's get on to my list. Enjoy this gameplay while we go over it. So the Cardinals, we're going to start there. This one, I got 2 very obvious names and then 2 maybe not so obvious names. Most of these guys, or most of these teams, I didn't pick more than 2. But Cardinals, I think the super obvious ones could be David Johnson, though he did miss a lot of time this year on offense, and then Patrick Peterson on defense. But the less sexier names that I think certainly deserve cards would be Chase Edmonds and Jordan Hicks, especially for those Eagles team owners. We could use a Jordan Hicks upgrade. For the Falcons, I got Austin Hooper on offense, Desmond Trufant on defense. For the Ravens, Mark Ingram on offense, and Earl Thomas on defense. I know a lot of people waiting on that Earl Thomas upgrade. Ravens are tough because they just have so many good defensive players that have already gotten upgrades. Earl Thomas seems kind of obvious. For the Bills, a lot of people want Josh Allen. I am going with Devin Singletary on offense and Micah Hyde on defense. For the Panthers, Trey Turner. I know Cam Newton is probably a name that you guys are guessing. I don't think Cam Newton's going to be a Panther next year, and not to future predict content, but I'm guessing there's going to be some type of movers or free agency promo where guys who switch teams are going to get cards, and EA might just be waiting for Cam Newton for that situation. On defense, we're going with K'Wan Short. Moving on to the Chicago Bears. This one, there's a lot of options on offense for the Bears. I picked Mitchell Trubisky. On defense, we got Akeem Hicks. For the Bengals, Tyler Boyd on offense, Jesse Bates on defense. For the Cleveland Browns, so here's one that you probably are all thinking, right? Odell Beckham Jr. Remember, the Combine promo is right around the corner. Even a guy like Patrick Peterson, who we announced earlier, could be a Combine type card. He's got one in the past. I think OBJ is a Combine possibility. So we went with David Njoku. I know he missed some time with injuries, but we're going with him for the Browns. And then a guy who I think is just much deserving of an upgrade is Denzel Ward on defense. Good speed, good man coverage. That could be a really good card. For the Cowboys, we went with Dak. I think Zeke could be in there as well. Cowboys have a couple different options on offense, but we went with Dak there, and then Jalen Smith on defense. Byron Jones is another one that probably could, be the Cowboys MVP, but I believe he's a free agent. He might not be around next year. And again, I'm kind of future-proofing some of these guesses based on maybe possible promos coming up in the future. For the Broncos, Courtland Sutton, very, very underrated. He had a really good season for the Broncos. And then Chris Harris Jr., but again, he's another one that might not be a Bronco next year, so we'll see. For the Lions, this is where I tried to get some love for like the guys in the trenches. We went with Graham Glasgow. I probably killed his name. That's probably the first name I messed up in this video. And then on defense, Darius Slay. I'm going to say this, right? There's a bunch of cornerbacks. I've already mentioned Patrick Peterson, Denzel Ward, Slay, and I'll just spoiler the Jags. I got Jalen Ramsey on my list. I predict that at least one of those four guys will definitely get a team MVP. There's my cold lead pipe lock of this video. For the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Jones, super underrated. He needs an upgrade so bad. If it's not MVPs, they got to give him something. He deserves it. And then Adrian Amos on defense. I also tried to look for guys that maybe already have power-ups and need upgrades there. So that was like, another thing that fit my criteria as far as picking these names. For the Texans, we went with Laramie Tunsil and Whitney Merciless. For the Colts, Quentin Nelson. I know a lot of people want a Quentin Nelson upgrade. I'd be happy to see him get one. And then Justin Houston on defense. For the Jags, there's a couple different options for the Jags. I eventually decided to go with DJ Chark, but we could definitely see quite a handful of other guys get that for the Jags. And then I already told you guys who we're going with on defense there. Jalen Ramsey, though, he now plays for the Rams, so I totally just had a brain fart in the middle of this video. So you guys give me your Jags defensive guy. Holy crap, I totally forgot Ramsey doesn't play for the Jags anymore. And we don't have the Rams yet on our list. So, all right, moving on. Kansas City Chiefs, Damian Williams, who I think, maybe unpopular opinion, should have been the Super Bowl MVP. Give Damian Williams a team MVP at least. Give him some type of MVP. And then Bashad Breeland for defense for the Chiefs. For the Chargers, Melvin Gordon and Melvin Ingram, the Melvin twins. We're going with them both. I could definitely see Eckler getting the card or even Mike Williams for the Chargers offense. I can tell you who's not going to get it, Phillip Rivers. For the Rams, I went with Tyler Higbee. And then on defense, I have Nickel Roby-Coleman. So I was thinking cornerback there. Let's go ahead and change that to Jalen Ramsey. I still can't believe I did that. L's in the chat for me. For the Dolphins, all right, the Dolphins are so bad. Even though they beat the Eagles, I shouldn't be saying that they're that bad because they did beat my team. I couldn't pick an offensive guy for the Dolphins, so I just wrote down somebody on the offensive line. How lazy is that? My bad, guys. But on defense, this is totally not a homer pick. Yes, it is. We went with Eric Rowe, former Eagle. He had a good season, though. I'm selfishly picking him because I want him to get an upgrade and giving him a 97 overall. I don't care if I can't get Eagles chem on him. He would be going on my Eagles team. Also, a lot of times I think with higher overall cards like this, like these team MVPs, they probably would go out of their way to make power-ups for them. So that's also something to look forward to. For me, Eric Rowe, we talked about Jordan Hicks earlier, would be awesome. For the Vikings, I know he missed a lot of games. Adam Thielen, you could definitely go with Kirk Cousins there. But I'm going to go with Thielen just because he didn't get a card since MUT Heroes. And then Anthony Barr on defense. For the Patriots, I got Joe Thuney and Jamie Collins. For the Saints, Elvin Kamara and Sheldon Rankins. I know Sheldon Rankins missed some time as well, but there just weren't any other guys on defense that I could really narrow it down to. For the Giants, I should say, on offense, we got Saquon Barkley. On defense, Jabril Peppers. For the Jets, hopefully he's a future Eagle as well, I got Robbie Anderson. And then on defense, Quinnen Williams. I'm really hoping that we get some rookie premier love. February is winding down. Basically, after February, no more rookie premier upgrades. So Josh Jacobs is going to be my Raiders offensive pick, which was next on my list here. And then we just mentioned Quinnen Williams for the Jets. I think both of those guys, even if they don't get MVPs, they should get a theme builder, assuming that's what we're getting. And then on defense for the Raiders, we got LaMarcus Joyner. All right, here it goes, Eagles fans. The moment you all been waiting for. On offense, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going with Carson Wentz. And on defense, Fletcher Cox. If we, as Eagles fans, can get a Wentz and a Fletch, offense, defense, both 97s with power-ups 98s, no doubt with chems, they're 99 overalls. That's what I'm here for. Make it happen, EA. For the Steelers, we got on offense David DeCastro. I think that this card would possibly be the best right guard in the game if they give him a 97. Remember how good his MUT Heroes card is? If they just kind of project those stats into a 97 overall, That's an in-game right guard for you guys, and it'll probably be fairly affordable. And on defense, Steelers fans, you can all exhale. We're going with TJ Watt. He deserves an upgrade. Wasn't team of the year. He deserves an upgrade. I don't need to explain it anymore. Everybody would agree with me there. 49ers offense, Weston Richburg and Fred Warner on defense. That was a tough one to pick from as well. I think everybody else that deserved an upgrade for the 49ers got one, so we went with Warner. On offense for the Seahawks, I'm going DK Metcalf, but I think the more, not obvious choice, but I think the one that's more likely to happen would be Tyler Lockett. And then on defense, Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney would be awesome, and could it happen? Absolutely. But remember, we got that Combine promo probably right around the corner, if not the same day. So I'm going to say Ziggy Ansah, but it's going to be one of those two guys, Ziggy or Clowney, one of the E's, right? For the Tampa Bay Bucks, Mike Evans, and then another guy I would put in the category of really needs an upgrade is like TJ Watt and then Shaquille Barrett. What a season he had for the Bucks. So Mike Evans, Shaquille Barrett. For the Titans, remember, this guy should have got an honors card, and EA said, don't worry, we got a future promo coming up where he's going to get a card. That's why I believe that it's Ryan Tannehill, 4-team MVP for the Titans, 97 overall. And then on defense, I think there's a pretty good list of guys you could have picked for the Titans, but we went with Harold Landry. Didn't watch a lot of Titan games this year, but when I watched them in the playoffs, that guy was pretty impressive. And then rounding it out, I hate when I do these prediction videos. The Redskins are always last, like they're the best. Maybe they're the last because they're the last. We went with Trent Williams. Yes, I know he barely played this season, but he hasn't had any upgrades and he might need one. But he also could be, part of a future movers program. And then Montez Sweat on defense for the Redskins. And that rounds it out. 32 NFL teams, 1 offensive MVP, 1 defensive MVP. Let me know how I did down below in the comment section. Let me know how many names I messed up too. Hopefully not too many. And leave your predictions down below in the comment section. Tomorrow, videos covering whatever EA covers. We'll have them. And then Friday when the content drops, those will be out as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, my name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.